They ruled the most powerful country on Earth and shaped history. But behind the speeches and history books, there was another side, a hidden one, filled with strange beliefs, mysterious symbols, and unexplainable events. Some presidents believed in UFOs. Some secretly consulted astrologers. Others were haunted by dreams, prophecies, and deadly curses. Tonight, you'll discover the most mysterious and disturbing facts about US presidents, the ones they never talked about in school. Presidents who believed in UFOs. You might think that believing in UFOs is a modern internet fantasy, but several US presidents took the subject very seriously. One of them was Harry S. Truman. During his presidency, the government secretly launched Project Blue Book, an official investigation into sightings of unidentified flying objects. This wasn't a small project. Pilots, soldiers, and police officers from all around the country were reporting strange lights in the sky, objects that moved faster than any aircraft, and shapes that didn't match any known technology, and Truman wanted answers. Then there was Jimmy Carter. In 1969, before becoming president, Carter personally witnessed a strange, glowing object in the sky. He later described it as bright, moving silently, changing colors. He was so serious about what he saw that he even submitted an official UFO report. And when Carter became president, he promised to make all UFO information public. He later said he was advised not to, which made the story even more disturbing. Presidents who consulted astrologers. Now this one sounds like pure fiction, but it is actually real. Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy secretly used an astrologer to plan important presidential events. After an assassination attempt on her husband, Nancy became obsessed with protecting him, so she began consulting a professional astrologer. Meeting times, speeches, international trips, even negotiations with world leaders were sometimes scheduled according to movements of the planets and stars. The White House never admitted it officially at first, but later, staff members confirmed that astrological charts did, in fact, influence the president's schedule. Imagine this: decisions that affected the entire world were chosen based on horoscopes. Strange prophecies and dreams. Abraham Lincoln didn't just see the future in his mind, he dreamed it. A few days before his assassination, Lincoln told friends about a terrifying dream he had. In the dream, he walked through the White House and saw a coffin placed in a large room. People stood around it crying. When he asked, "Who died?" the answer was, "The president." Soon after that dream, Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater, right in front of the nation. Then there's the disturbing pattern connected to John F. Kennedy. Some researchers pointed out connections between the death of Lincoln and the death of Kennedy. Both were elected exactly 100 years apart. Both were assassinated on a Friday. Both were shot in the presence of their wives. Both were succeeded by men named Johnson. Coincidence or something darker? The strange patterns of death. When you start looking at the dates and timelines of US presidents, things begin to feel unnatural. Several presidents died in office under very similar circumstances. Many passed away suddenly. Many became sick without explanation. Many died shortly after re-election. And then there is the most famous mystery of all, the so-called 20-year curse. The 20-year presidential curse. There is a chilling pattern in American history. Every president elected in a year ending with 0 either died in office or was assassinated. Look at this timeline. 1840, William Henry Harrison died in office 1860. Abraham Lincoln assassinated 1880. James Garfield assassinated 1900. William McKinley assassinated 1920. Warren Harding died in office 1940. Franklin D. Roosevelt died in office 1960. John F. Kennedy assassinated for over 120 years. The curse never failed. Then came 1980. Ronald Reagan was elected. He survived an assassination attempt. The bullet missed his heart by inches. Some people say the curse was finally broken. Others believe it simply changed form. The White House ghosts. The White House is not only one of the most powerful buildings in the world, it is also considered one of the most haunted. Over the years, presidents, staff members, and visitors have reported seeing strange figures, hearing footsteps in empty halls, and feeling sudden drops in temperature. But the most famous ghost is said to be Abraham Lincoln himself. Several people, including First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and even the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, claim they either felt his presence or saw him standing silently in the corridor. corridors. One night, Churchill walked out of the bathroom in the White House and claimed to see a tall figure standing by the fireplace. He froze in shock. Some say Lincoln never truly left the White House because something about that place still holds his spirit. The cursed chair from the Titanic. This story sounds unbelievable, but it is real. A chair from the Titanic disaster was secretly placed inside the White House, not as decoration, but as a warning object. This chair had belonged to the captain of the Titanic and was recovered from the wreck. According to legend, people who sat in it experienced extreme bad luck, sudden illness, or disturbing dreams. When staff members discovered the truth behind the chair, it was immediately removed. But many believe the bad energy had already entered the White House, and some blame it for several tragic events that followed. The day the White House went completely silent, there is one very strange moment in history that almost nobody talks about. One night in the early 1900s, the entire White House reportedly became quiet. No footsteps, no voices, no animals, no sound at all. For several minutes, even the clock seemed to stop ticking. Staff members described it as a heavy, unnatural silence, as if the building itself was holding its breath. Just minutes later, word came that a tragedy had happened somewhere in the country. No one could explain what caused it, but those who experienced it swore the White House somehow felt it first. The dream that saved a president. Not all visions were deadly ones. Some were warnings meant to save a life. One US president claimed he had an unusually vivid and disturbing dream just days before an important trip. In the dream, he saw a long, empty road stretching into darkness. He felt an intense, unexplainable fear, as if something terrible was waiting ahead. When he woke up, the feeling stayed with him. He tried to brush it off, but the closer the trip got, the stronger the anxiety became. At the very last moment, he made a sudden decision and canceled the journey. His team was confused. Security was surprised. No official reason was given. Then, only hours later, shocking news arrived. The exact route he was supposed to take became the site of a deadly accident. If he had gone, he would have been right there. No threats, no warnings, only the dream. Coincidence? Or something unseen trying to protect him? Because while some visions in history brought tragedy, this one saved a president's life. Maybe not all mystical forces are dark. Maybe some are watching over them. Is it all just coincidence? Or was there something dark and unseen following the most powerful leaders on Earth? Did the White House hide secrets that we still don't understand? Or is history itself trying to send us a message? We may never know the truth, but one thing is certain: the story of American presidents is far more mysterious, unsettling, and supernatural than anyone ever imagined. Now it's your turn. Write in the comments. Which story shocked you the most? UFOs, prophecies, astrology, or the 20-year curse? And should we make a part 2 of this video? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because the next story might be even darker.